One of the biggest reasons why so many companies fail to have successful exits is simply timing. And one of the things people underappreciate is that a well-designed exit will take between 6 to 18 months. And in an ideal situation, what I wish happened more often was that the company's board would incorporate this time delay into the strategic and operating plans for the company. And then look forward in time and start the exit about 12 to 18 months before there was that peak in the value. Again, private companies, very hard to see the peak in the value, especially when it's a year or more out. But that's kind of the mental model. So what I'm saying, in a highly idealized model, is if we started companies, they would kind of naturally grow through their fastest growth phases when they were small. We'd determine this optimum time to exit, and then we'd sell them around the peak in the value. Again, very hard to do, but from a conceptual point of view, that's what I wish we did more often. Unfortunately, what happens is human nature doesn't let us do this very often. A lot of times we wait until we kind of get this feeling that the company isn't quite as vibrant as it used to be, and then we start the process, and by the time that 12 to 18 months passes, everyone can tell that that company's best days are behind it, and we end up exiting for a much lower value. And of course, all of us as angels feel pretty keenly that financial loss when that happens. But I think it's even worse for the entrepreneurs. For the entrepreneurs, there's this devastating part of their lives they're never going to get back as they go into work every day, work their hearts out, go home poorer because they missed the optimum time and they're on a trajectory to exit for a lot less than the peak in the value. But unfortunately, that's not the worst news. The worst news is when you miss this optimum time to exit, very often you end up with a smoking crater. And I didn't understand this very well the first 10 or 12 times that it happened in my portfolio, but I really started to spend a lot of time understanding why, over and over again, I started to see companies that failed to exit at the optimum time failing completely. And I started to realize that there are some recognizable patterns, there are some logical reasons why companies that miss the optimum time often don't exit at all. And I don't have time to go through all of these in any kind of detail this morning. I just wanted to throw them out there so you could be thinking about them. But the 7 reasons that I see happening most often that result in that failure to have an optimum exit are overinvestment by VCs, just competition, which is faster and fiercer than ever before, intellectual property infringement, it's a really big issue, negative momentum that can sometimes happen in today's tech companies, especially with the younger generation. The markets these days are also very volatile for the company's products. There's a new phenomenon driven by the internet called waves of consolidation, which is a particularly nasty mistake that you don't want to see your portfolio companies make. And the last thing, and an increasing concern today, is just missing the M&A market. Right now, today, we're in the best M&A market that we've had for at least the last 15 years. No one can tell you how long it's going to last, but we do know that right now is a particularly good time in the markets. So to improve your returns, I believe the biggest opportunity in your portfolio is to learn more about exits. Keiretsu is providing some valuable opportunities for you to learn more about M&A in the education that they're starting to offer to help you develop the skills to help your companies in this critical area. You'll be hearing more about becoming exit certified through Keiretsu to help you design the exit process so that you don't wait for an offer. So I'd like to finish by wishing all of you good luck with all of your exits. Thank you.